Yeah, daddy's little girl.
That's what what's the place too, right? Gabrielle.
Yeah, that's what I know.
She was the lawyer. She was a lawyer.
Yeah,
his lawyer.
She's being masculine like she is.
Is that legal? Can you sleep with your clients?
No.
Hell no.
Well,
She represented them and everything.
Since we talking about sleeping, right?
Know.
Would y'all let y'all girls have an OnlyFans page, or get an OnlyFans?
Who, me?
You talking
about let?
Like,
period. Your girl come to you right now and say, "Oh, baby, I want to do OnlyFans. What's going on? What's happening?"
If I ain't in it,
if you gotta ask me,
I'm gonna be straight up.
If you gotta ask me, like, you go ahead and do it. If you gotta ask me. And then I'm not even with you. Like, you should already know.
Know the answer to that question?
Yeah, no. Like, we not struggling like that. Like, it's not.
Only is a struggle job.
You said that, and the first thing came to my mind, right? My girl keeps sending me these free gas things, right? Not just not throw it off. Mm-hmm. But I tell her I wouldn't get in line for that because I'm not, like, struggling. I would rather for somebody who really needs it to get in line than me to get in it when I'm cool. I'd pay like $21.
My grandmother sent me one yesterday, and she was like, and I told her, you know, I thank you, I appreciate it, but I'm not participating in none of that.
Yeah, like, I'm cool. And I'm not sitting up here saying, like, I'm not finna sit up here and say, like, nigga just got hella bread. I'm not hurting like that. So, therefore, I'd rather let somebody else.
I got $50 for
it. But somebody who really needs it.
Right, that's understandable.
I'm not sure these niggas need it. I done seen the cons that was sitting in line. I'm not.
Yeah?
You know, niggas got Acuras, Benzes, Beamers. These ain't like no raggedy, you know what I'm saying?
Cars. Yeah, I get you.
I mean,
if anything, the list was like a preparation, like, hey, these gas stations gonna be booming on these days.
But it is one in Broadview I might slide on.
They do one.
I did see 17th and Baton. It might have been the block on that motherfucker. Hey, don't run up though. I got the banger.
Okay. Okay, but would you let your girl have an OnlyFans? Not get back on subject or whatever like that. Because we went all over the place real quick.
No.
No?
No questions asked.
No questions asked. You don't want to give your example? Just no? Just said no, and I ain't got to know exactly.
Hold on. A better question is, well, not saying your question was bad, I'm sorry, but you find out your girl got an OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go.
And let me explain where the question came from. I listened to Breakfast Club on the regular. Somebody called Yee. They said, the dude said his girl started OnlyFans. He said at first he was cool with it. He was being a little sugar boy. Whatever call the dude, she was buying him things. Sugar baby. He was buying him things. He was all cool with it. When he started seeing her get all the attention, he started getting in his feelings. He said he went and checked her DMs. Tiger was in her DMs slanging. I ain't gonna say he's slanging, but Tiger was in her DMs. So he really got on point, and he really got mad, and he got in his feelings. And the first thing that came to my mind is, how you gonna be like cool with it at first because you was getting money? Now your feelings hurt because she's getting all this attention from everybody else.
That was your way.
Like you shouldn't have never let her, shouldn't have never let her get OnlyFans in the first place, right or wrong?
I mean, it's with a lot of things you don't really know what to think until you go through it.
What you mean?
Like I don't think he was thinking about the fact that she was gonna be getting that kind of attention when he started. When she started.
But fuck all that attention. Why would you want your dog? I really wouldn't even like my woman to be putting that many pictures on Instagram. Like, I can understand if you got a cute outfit on and all this shit, but you sitting up here twerking on IG or any social media website. You sitting up here sending thirst pic traps with your cleavage and all that shit showing. You taking pictures with bikinis. Like, you can take pictures with bikinis if you at the beach or the pool, yeah. But if you sitting there taking pictures with bikinis and shit like that, with little skimpy clothes on and you put it on the internet, I don't want my girl to doing that. If you got to do all that, you're not my girl. You for the streets. You for everybody else. You're not for just personally me.
Streets.
Or maybe he wasn't trying to. Maybe he was on the fence about the bitch. You see what I'm saying? Maybe he wasn't sure if he was gonna keep the bitch.
Okay, so if you
he went on here and like, hey, get the OnlyFans, and then he realized he loved the bitch. You know what I'm saying?
But why would you call that and be tripping now though? Because this was the monster you created. Why would you call that now? Because you're in your feelings and you want some help now to see what I can do.
She was already like that.
But okay, then you should have.
He was on the fence about the bitch. You see what I'm saying? He was getting, he was benefiting from what was going on. But now he realized he loved the bitch. That's what I'm saying. He loved her.
So you ain't calling no radio station about any girl.
Yeah. He loved her. You know what I'm saying? It is
love my ass, man. Like,
I mean, you start fucking somebody raw, boy. You gonna love their ass. You know what I'm saying? It after a while. You know what I'm saying? Your level.
Yeah, you start taking that condom out. Skin
Yeah.
to skin, that shit started.
And he skinned the skin. She was giving him, she was buying shit for him, and then he look in the DMs and it's Tiger. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough, man.
It's like, you know.
But it's still though, like, how could you? I don't know. I guess I'm different. I'm just one of them kind of like old school guys, but new school. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Your woman shouldn't even come to you. Like, she should already know, like, what type of person,
Who
what
you
type
are.
of persona you already. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, why would you even ask me that? Just off you asking me that, your ass should be gone. Because it makes me think, what the fuck else is going on in her head? That, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, this nigga ain't going for this. I ain't even ask this
yeah,
question.
I ain't gonna ask him about shit else. Because I go off about that. So if I go off about that, then she probably be quiet about the next thing. So what the fuck else bright ideas do she got going up there?
It's just a matter of, for me, it's like my woman's sexuality is for me to witness, not
That's
the
a
world.
fact. That's a fact. That's a good way you put it too, and good education way you put that. That is true.
It's just that simple. And then on top of that, what I noticed with a lot of women that get into sex work, that are strippers, or they get OnlyFans, they get to a point where, like, if they're with a man from the beginning, you know, that she don't have any money, and then she gets to the point where she is making money. Now all of a sudden, this man is beneath her because he's not making as much money as she is.
Oh, so you saying when she started making that bread, she started looking down at him?
Yeah,
Power struggle.
yeah. And that's,
So what's the difference? Let's say a OnlyFans and like a previous relationship that your woman was with and she got
A decent job.
a videotape.
Oh no, I'm not going for that.
Nope.
You better not
I mean,
let
how
me
would you
find
know?
out. You better not never let me find out.
But if you find out that
Yeah,
you
it's
love
a
the
wrap.
bitch,
It's a wrap.
you know what I'm saying? You
I can't.
man, I
though,
love
B.
her.
That's
You know?
I
I mean, what you
that's
mean?
just,
Like, it's a videotape. Like, it's copies out there, motherfuckers passing
Like,
it out,
post
or it's
online.
somebody like one of your homies got a video on.
I'm
his
just
phone.
saying, like you ran
Not your
across.
homies, but I'm
I'm
just
just
saying, like a
You
motherfucker come
happen
up
to
like,
run
hey,
across, like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers have sex and sometimes people, you know, record it.
but you better
And
not let
then
me
the
find out.
shit come across, you end up seeing some shit.
got too many of you.
Yeah,
look,
your girl going crazy, you know what I mean? She double dick clutching, you know? She got one in the other, going cool, you hear me?
Look,
Like,
there's not too many things men get embarrassed by, and that's one thing I
That's
think that's
one of them.
universal. That a man will get. I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
what type of confidence you say you got, what
That's
type
tough.
of whatever ever you got going on in you, whatever type of whatever. Nigga, you see that, your heart gonna hit your ass.
I mean, my thing is like, niggas act like they chick was a virgin.
I'm not, but you don't know them dudes. You don't know. You never seen that. You didn't never see that.
You
what they say.
only have, a motherfucker only have to assume.
But you ain't never. I ain't never seen it with my own eyes.
I understand that, but you like, you know what I'm saying? Your
oh
first
yeah, I see
sexual.
what you're saying.
I have not
So
seen
you
it.
said out of sight, out of
I
mind.
get
Yes,
that.
but-
But niggas got like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not
That's
thinking about that.
imagination.
That-
Yeah,
that-
the
that-
girl-
that's
the
okay.
girl come through with the twist game. I know you ain't like, damn, man, this is our first time doing the twist
No,
game.
I'm not thinking about where she got it from. I don't
Stick game
care.
nasty.
I don't
You
care
know
where
what
she
I'm
got it
saying?
from.
My idea would be like, who the fuck? I'm definitely not wifing this one. We talked about that last night. I'm definitely not wifing this one.
But that's gradually okay.
Too much
Right,
Okay,
let's
okay.
go.
She show you all that on the first time you smashed her. That's too early, too soon.
Yeah.
So now, if she showed you that
And-
gradually years down the line, she
Yeah,
picking up
I
stuff.
wouldn't even think about it. I was
Thank
like,
you, but if
right.
she show you that first, like that's you because you seen it.
Yeah.
Bitch, you did this to me. Like,
But this is what they display a lot of time anyway, right?
Hey,
They
yeah.
displaying their most sexual self within the first, you know.
no,
what I'm
you
saying?
don't do that. You do enough to be like, oh, you got good sex. You don't go to your full nostril. You don't
That's
put.
what they doing. They
Nigga, you
going
don't drop nuke soon as you get in here. Don't drop no nuke.
You get mad.
Yeah, don't drop no nuke. No, you dropping nuke soon as I say, hey.
Nigga, when you have sex, is war. You feel me?
Okay.
And I'm trying to finish him. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay,
she trying to
but
do
that's
the same
okay.
thing.
Prime example. That's you winning the. You gonna lose the war. Meanwhile, it is you lose the battle to win the war.
Yeah.
The war is you getting me to marry you and all this shit.
Yeah.
So you gonna win this battle and give me the twisty got 3,000? No, you don't do that just yet.
Okay.
You're trying to win the war.
Okay, long term, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to go there with you no more. You started bringing up shit.
She
I
won
don't
the
think I-
war. Nigga done wiped up, and then a video come across.
Too many.
Nigga, you gotta ride with that.
I should never thought of this
man.
subject. Y'all thought I was doing something without this subject. I should have brought this shit up here, man.
Man, what they say, one of the worst questions to ask is to ask about a woman's past. That's what they say.
I mean, I think
It's one of the most dangerous questions.
I think shit should be
not.
transparent. You know what I mean? If you got a question, because if you feel like you're gonna feel some way about it, you know what I mean?
You shouldn't ask the question.
You should right. So I think you should ask the question.
I mean, like
Whatever.
on some like like when you first meet her, not first time, but like when you just getting to know somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man.
Motherfuckers
The
be
thing
like,
about women is
questions,
they
man.
numbers is gonna
Fluctuate.
them
Okay.
bitches gonna go up, down, all types of shit. Like they'll tell you, yeah, I only slept with like 4 niggas, and then they'll tell you about the 4 niggas they was with, and then all of a sudden you be talking to them, and then they didn't add an additional nigga. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then they just forgot about some
It was
niggas.
that one time in
and then
college.
they double back to the, because women double back to the same
Okay.
niggas they be fucking with. You know what I mean? Like,
I got something for y'all. Got another question for y'all that's pertaining to something that we were talking about right now. Lil Durk had an episode with me and I were the game. We saw most people saw the video.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They asked him a question about the body count thing. Women was getting on his ass because he had a limit on the body count.
what was his limit?
10.
That's a lot of niggas.
That's a lot of niggas, bro.
Bro, come on, we in the age now. Come on now. What you gonna say? 5?
Bro, 10?
Me?
10 is a lot.
Are you gonna ask me what I'm gonna say?
Bro,
Nigga, I'm gonna say 0. Fuck this, we sitting up there like, if I had a choice, nigga, yeah, 0, really. But you know what I'm saying?
But I can understand 10. I can get 10.
10?
Now, it's a lot of dudes.
Double digits?
Bro, how many women you slept with, nigga?
Hey, next
I know
question.
that. Look. And I know, wait.
See, that's what niggas don't know. How many women you done slept with?
No.
Is that how this shit's supposed to
No,
go?
it don't. But I'm just saying, though, it's still a simple fact of you still got to pass, too. And I understand everybody is grown. We're in our 30s now. Like him, I can understand him because he's still in his 20s. Nigga, you mean women that's in their 30s, they're going to be slept with more than at least about 10 dudes.
Especially if they went to college.
Thank you.
Live
At
on
least,
campus.
10, bro, if you was living on a college campus and you got away with 10 bodies, you like a damn little virgin around this bitch. Because, nigga, you got passed around.
You ain't no virgin if you let 10 niggas hit.
Bro, in college,
Nigga, that's this many
Josh, they can have motherfucking 10 bodies on one time. They going down to sleep around one
Bro,
time.
you supposed to be in college learning. That's what college is for. Not fucking around having 30 and 40.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers go to college, get $200,000 in debt, and had 200 motherfucking bodies. And didn't even graduate. The fuck is we doing here?
That's a hell of a debt.
$1,000 for each
Oh,
body.
yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, I get what you're saying. We're in the age, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
We're in the age where it's acceptable when motherfuckers had 10 bodies.
I ain't saying acceptable. I'm just saying that's what it is.
No, you have to accept it if we saying that's acceptable. If you're saying I'm expecting it, it's acceptable. And that's the problem. Niggas is accepting it. Like, oh shit, well, hey man, she 29. I'm expecting she at least had 10, so I'm cool with that.
10?
Bro, that is.
That's a lot, Joe.
10 niggas is a lot.
That's a lot, bro.
I mean, no disrespect. I mean, look, that means you ain't had no steady relationships.
Bro, imagine 10 niggas in one room.
That's a lot
That's
of
a lot
niggas.
of
That's a lot of us right
That's
here.
five of us right here. That's
Right. You had 5 more niggas.
All them been in that
Right.
one person.
Right.
That's a whole damn, bro. What?
I understand it though, but he's in the industry, so he gonna have to expect that though.
Oh yeah. That's
Huh?
He in the industry, so I guess he can expect that. He's
Ain't
in the
that like
industry.
the whole basketball? Like, that's both teams on the court. Damn, bro.
That's both star lineups.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot, bro. Not only.
And then you see how women always talking about y'all always talking about body count and all this shit, but that's that's a inquiry or whatever you want. What's the word I don't know what I'm looking for? Acquirement that fellas have, right? But a woman, a light skinned dude, they got to be 6 foot. They got to have $100,000 in the bank, and don't nobody say anything about them wanting that. But if a dude say,
I would. That's dumb as hell.
no, but I'm saying though, they can want that all they want to, but don't nobody really challenge that. But then when a man say, I don't want her to have no more than 5 bodies, I want her to be a nice, wholesome girl, I want her to be this and this, they have questions about everything you have on your list though as a guy.
Hey, you know
You get what I'm saying?
If y'all got to beat back and forth, that bitch ain't for you.
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about general, overall
You
women.
know what I'm saying? All that, you know how motherfuckers, the new thing now, the new trend is what are you bringing to the table? I'm the table. I bring the silverware. I'm the knife. Like, fuck all that shit. If we got a back and forth over that, if you can't answer some basic ass questions, not get mad over, you know what I'm saying? If I'm bringing $60,000, if I got, an average $50,000, $60,000, $40,000 motherfucker, and you know what I'm saying, we make around the same type of money, like, you know what I'm saying, it really ain't nothing to argue about.
Body count definitely does matter.
But
My thing is, like you say, women was getting mad over it.
Yeah, they got mad at
But
that.
how you gonna get mad at a person for their preference?
Thank you. That's my whole totality.
Like this, we
that's his
don't
preference.
want a woman with a lot of bodies, right? That's our preference.
You don't have to talk to us.
That's a requirement. Ain't no problem.
You know what I'm saying? That's our requirement, our preference.
But that's a requirement just for
You don't
you.
fuck about no hoes, so it don't even matter.
Shit, Joe Blow can be like, I don't give a fuck. She can be sexually liberated. I don't care. I still wife her. I like her.
Yeah, niggas,
Right, that's
niggas
right.
buying feet pics.
That's it.
But yeah, that's to each his own. If that's what you like, shit, that's
Exactly.
you.
But that's the deal. It's like when a woman, and you know what I'm saying, it's not really, I'm saying when a woman has been with a lot of dudes, they get attached to so many dudes, right?
That's
so
where I was
it's
getting
like,
at.
you know, you're getting attached to so many dudes. So how can you actually pair bond with the dude you actually supposed to be with?
And you know what else too? You miss
You're gonna miss the motherfucker that you probably supposed to be with the old baggage. You know what I'm saying? So you done slept with 15 niggas. Let's say the 16th month. I mean, what's the difference between 10 and 15 at this point?
Hey, but that's all those DNAs still in her too.
All the DNAs is still in.
Women don't get that. It's all you leave your DNA behind you. And you know they're not using condoms.
Right, and then you right behind the 16th nigga slurping it up. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we gonna keep this shit real.
This
keep
is
it raw.
One thing I think about with it is
Cool.
They say that it does. Well, it's two parts. You ask them what's the body count, and they say it doesn't matter, right?
Keep them body count down.
Okay. If it doesn't matter, then why don't you just answer the question? Right?
Shit, if
Because if they ask you the same thing, I bet you, guarantee you can tell them, hey, boy, hey, such and such. That's how many.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, to that regard, they want you to be experienced anyway.
And niggas be trying to add bodies. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers been, yeah, man, I kissed her, that count.
She ran against me that one time, so
I think that's back in the day though.
I touched her feet.
That's back in the day though.
Niggas still be doing that, bro.
No, I'm saying that's back in the day if you were younger. Right now as an adult, you're not gonna lie on your dick.
No, niggas still be doing that, bro.
Nigga, if you lie on your dick,
they still be doing that shit. I be
you
seeing
lying on your
niggas
meat
like,
right now, B, as your grown man, you somebody I really don't want to fuck with because you lying on your meat for what?
This is the second thing that I have issue with high body count is one. It's because let's just say I know a podcast I was listening to said her body count was between 50 and 75. Right?
I already know who you talking about though.
Right?
Wheezy.
I mean, she said it, so yeah.
Wheezy, I'm horrible decisions.
Yeah, she said her body count. So I'm thinking the issue.
She's 20. She in her 20s, 20.
No, she's on like brilliant other podcasts that I listen to, and she said that. But the thing is, the issue is you have if it's between 50 and 75, that means you've had between 50 and 75 different experiences, right? But see, this is the thing. What women do is they look for between 50 and 75 different things in one man. Which is why they get to a point where they say, "Oh, men don't fit what I want." Well, that's because you've had 50 different. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these penises that's been inside of you aren't the same. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like this. Look, man, you ever been to Gene and Juice hot dogs?
Yeah.
Gene and Juice hot dogs. They sell like two things.
Literally.
Tamales and hot dogs. That's what you're there for, right?
Yeah.
Tamales and glizzies, you know what I'm saying? But that's what you're there for.
Glizzies.
Now, you already know what you're there for. Boom, I want me a hot dog, right? I want me a tamale and a whole bunch of choices. You ever go to a restaurant, they got all this different shit? Mm-hmm. Damn, I think I might want a gyro. I think I might want a burger. Mm-hmm. And they got ribs. You know what I'm saying? So now you in the process, you're wasting time. Mm-hmm. The place they closed on you. You know what I'm saying? Place they closed.
Okay.
When all you could do is go to a Gene and Jude's, get your hot dog.
And let me get a tamale too.
And a tamale.
Yeah.
Boom, you're good to go. You're good, and you're nice and full. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? When you have too many options, you get confused.
Shit.
Welcome to another episode of the KNoWKi podcast. It's your man Spaces.
This your boy Mal.
The Sound Man Dave.
I ain't even supposed to be here. It's Jay every day.
Yeah, man. I didn't expect you to be here.
Hey, man, I'm here, man.
How was your week?
Mine was cool. Mine was decent, man.
Man, this was the longest week. That hour got me, bro.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Time went, was it forward or backwards? It went forward. So
oh yeah, because you got the longer day.
Right.
I mean, you wasn't the only person that lost
sleep. I understand. No, like, it hit me hard. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Have to be at work,
right, like they like, yeah. So on a Monday, I got to be at work earlier than usual, 4:30 in the morning, bro. So technically,
It's 3.
it's 3:00 in
your
the
body
morning.
used to it being 3. Yeah.
I'm
That's why
at
they
work
should
looking
just
like,
keep that shit.
man, bro.
Keep
Yeah,
it
they
at this
still
time.
they working on that,
At
right?
that, yeah.
Yeah.
But
They
they
want-
trying to act like that ain't got nothing to do with nature, though. It's really, daylight savings is really about nature.
Well, here's the thing: society as human beings, we lived longer than that fucking law has been alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we dealt with that. That was really for like farmers and shit
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
for farmers.
Yeah, but it's really because in
2020.
the summertime the days are longer, in the wintertime days are shorter.
Well,
You got more sunlight in the summertime, less summer means
Less
more
daylight.
sunlight in the summertime, less sunlight in the wintertime. That's why they move the time and all that stuff.
But they only do that dumb shit here in the United States.
Oh, they don't do it nowhere else?
Hell no. In some states, they don't even participate in that shit.
Yeah.
So if everybody ain't on board, just keep the shit the way it is. Like, give us the long time. It's just whatever, you know,
When it fall back, give us that all year round.
all year round.
What, the fallback time?
Whichever time y'all want to stick to, just
pick
stick to
one.
that. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah,
saying?
June and June now? Yeah, June and June right now?
Yeah,
Pick a
just
time.
pick one. You know what I'm saying?
Pick a time right now. Okay, I bet I
But yeah, I felt that, man. I felt it. I was tired as hell.
I was a hype, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had Hennessy Pure White all week. You know, one of the guys, he came back from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? He blessed him.
Every day?
Yeah, I mean, I was working on one bottle and now I'm working on bottle 2. I sold one bottle
okay.
to my homie. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've been good. I had something today. And just blessed, man. Blessed being there, man.
Explains the Red Bull.
Yeah, I'm tired now.
Hey, Red Bull, if y'all want to give us a sponsorship too, man. You love them shits, man.
I ain't even,
We
that's
love-
why I had to face this way.
We love
You know what I'm
for
saying?
y'all to sponsor us too. Y'all see this?
Hell yeah, fuck with me, man.
Facts.
Or
Funny
fuck with
as
us.
Be Red Bull. What we'll paint this motherfucker Red Bull this one week.
Hell yeah.
Cut that motherfucking $2 million check. Red Bull couches, Red Bull love seat.
This could be the Red
I'll
Bull
paint them with
podcast.
color.
So you gonna see Red Bull.
I thought this was the low key.
I'm saying that by Red Bull. That's what I'm talking about. But everybody, how was your week? Cause you always asking everybody else, how was you doing?
So it was kind of rough for me, bro.
Why you say it was rough? What's going on?
It was rough, right? So y'all know I'm in this class, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now this I'm gonna take up a minute because it's a story behind all this. So I didn't finish college, right?
Yep.
Because I knew I was lying to myself, saying that I'm going to I'll be in class in college, you know, retaining everything, paying attention to what the teacher is saying, and in my mind I'll be saying to myself, yeah, I'm going home. I get straight to the homework, and I get home and I turn on the game, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I just got to a point where I was like, I'm not about to acquire X amount of dollars in debt and I know that it's going to be for nothing, right? Then on top of that, I wasn't really sure what I was doing. But I have a terrible habit of procrastination. I know that about myself.
Yeah.
Right?
At least you're self-aware.
I know I have a terrible habit with it, but I didn't do that with this class.
Okay.
Right.
That's good.
I was studying. I was calling off of work studying. I was leaving work early studying. I was staying up in the morning. Like and I'm proud of myself for that because I know that that's not what I do when it comes to school, right?
Okay.
So we got 4 tests in the class. Took test 1. Passed that with flying colors. That was easy. Literally breezed through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Test 2, failed it, right?
What was test 2 about?
Test 2 was, so it was about, no, okay, so this is the thing. When I study, I'm a literal person, right?
Yeah.
I'm a literal person. I take things literally. So when I'm studying, when I go to take the test, I expect to see what I was studying. But that's not what happened with the test. What the test was about, they were basically asking, based on what you know from what you studied, you should be
Right.
scenarios.
And that can be subjective.
That's
So
not-
you ask them.
That's not what I studied.
I know, but that can be subjective anyway, though. Because I can read something and get something different. You can read something and get something totally different from what you
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I wholeheartedly agree, right? And I was mad. I was legit mad. Like, I was like teary eyed. I was teary eyed, bro, because I'm like, I've been calling off of work. I've been putting out stuff for the podcast for this.
Yeah.
I've been putting my life on hold, staying up till 4 in the morning, and I stay up till 4 in the morning studying, and then turn around and wake up at 8 and start studying, only to get to the test and not see what I've been studying.
So what happened with test 3? Did you take test 3?
I took test 3. I failed that.
Was that like similar to?
But that was more so because I got cocky, thinking that I knew what I was doing, but I didn't check my answers, which I should have done.
And test 4?
And I would have.
What about 4? Test 4?
I haven't taken test 4 yet.
Okay.
After we leave here, I'm gonna go home and study for that. But it's like I was mad. Because, and it's the thing, right? So you get 3 chances for each test, right? So
like how long over? Is it like a time span?
No, they work it out with you. Like
Okay.
they
So they
kinda
actually
work
trying
this
to
out.
teach you.
Yeah. So now this is the thing, right? So I retook. You get 3 chances with each test, but it's not the same answers on each. Same questions on each test.
Oh, so you get a different test.
You get a different test.
Okay.
So I failed the first one, and I was like, all right, now I'm gonna hunker down even more. I took pictures of the book. I'm studying it at work now. I'm doing even more studying.
Mm-hmm.
I get to the second test.
Failed it again.
Failed it again.
How many did you miss?
So you can only miss 5.
So you missed 6.
I missed like 6 or 7.
How many questions?
50.
Oh, damn.
God damn.
So I'm like, I'm mad because if you would ask me questions on what I was reading in the book, I would have passed this test with flying colors easily. Even the teacher said that I can tell you're studying because you got the harder questions right. It's just these simple scenario things that messed you up. Okay, cool. If this is what the test was going to be like, then give me a practice test so I know how to look at these situations.
You ask them for that? Do they do that? Or can they do that?
I don't know because it may compromise my teacher's ability to teach. I don't know.
Ask him though. Pull him to the side and go ask him.
Right, that's subjective
Pull him
to every person, though. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you remember any of the scenarios?
Like one question that just.
No, because I mean, otherwise I would, what did you check YouTube? Maybe they got like scenarios that.
Well, YouTube, motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, man, help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
might find a whole test on YouTube.
A whole hour,
Right.
a whole hour on scenarios. You see what I'm saying? Like they may have all that shit covered.
You know what's crazy? We say this all the time. It's not life is not about what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, that's
right.
a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of my classmates found one of my class. So it's my class is Tuesday and Thursday. Mm-hmm. There's another class on Monday and Wednesday. One of the people on Monday and Wednesday found a link where somebody else was explaining pretty much the same information. And when I tell you it's night and day difference in the explanation between my teacher and what I'm listening to on YouTube, a night and day difference. Mm-hmm. And this is part of the study that I was doing for part 2. I'm talking about, bro, I was literally meeting up with classmates, and one Saturday we met up at like 2:30. We didn't get done studying until like closer to 9. Wow. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm putting in all this work. I'm going to pass this test. Get to the test and I failed. Because what I read, what I was studying, didn't match what they put on the test. Or vice versa. So I was salty about that.
So when do you take the next one?
Teacher hasn't let me know yet.
All right, what's good, man?
Well, the next one, just make sure you take your time. Is it a time limit?
As much time as you need.
I would say maybe hold off on that test to last. Go do the other ones that you hadn't completed yet. And just, you know what I'm saying? And then,
yeah.
All right, we can go do that test,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working.
Gather as much information. Because you only get 3 times to take this test, and then you can never ever take this shit again.
I can retake the class.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but supposedly the teacher, according to what he says and what people say about him, he doesn't let you fail. Like he literally will have a session where, you ask all the questions, they give you scenarios, and like you explain the situations to him. Why didn't we do that before then? Give me a practice test.
That's true.
Well, he probably see it, I don't know shit. But he probably see it as since you take the test 3 times, maybe the first time was your practice. That's probably how you see it.
But it's the same questions.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's You say it's 5 different tests, right?
4.
4 different tests,
Yeah.
but you could take each test 3 times.
Yeah.
But each time you take it, it's a different question for the. I mean, shit. When I was in college, we didn't even have that shit. It's like, nigga, you one and done in this motherfucker.
Yeah, I was so mentally burnt out, bro.
I understand.
That's what trucking was like, though. I mean, it wasn't like that. They like the company. They went on here and they gave you the answers. Like, first of all, you do the book, right? You do the book. You find the answers yourself.
Yeah.
Then you get a packet or whatever, and then you go over the answers. You have the answers.
Right. Yeah,
We go over it again. You still have the answers, right? So then, well, before you go over that, you take this practice test to see what you know. Right? So then they'll give you the answers or whatever. We go over it. Now, the day of, you take your actual test. You still got your answers right here. Everything, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to me, there's no reason why you should even miss one in this bitch. But, because we went over all the answers. But, you know, you got people that have missed like 5, 6 of the motherfuckers, you know. But they made it, I mean, to me, it's just basically comprehended. Now, what you're doing is probably a lot different. It has something to do, you know, with, you know.
Probably a lot of safety and shit like that. And what's going to happen if this happened, if that happened, what should you do?
Yeah. Yeah. If that was what I was reading in the book, would have passed it flying colors.
You're going to be good money, B. I think you take it back too hard, you're going to be good money. Kind of a smart dude. You'll figure it out. You're going to figure it out.
Hell yeah, boy.
Yeah,
And you got on your glasses too? And they fogging up? He going to tighten them bitches up, wipe them off. Put them bitches on. You gonna turn into Professor Spaces.
Class, fuck was that?
Professor made Spaces just look up down or whatever.
Put on his cape.
Yeah, Captain Spaces, man. Okay, so Spaces had an eventful week.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling a little bad for him. Now he gonna pass it though, man. I know he gonna pass it. So, man, we was going through this week, you know, and we seen a couple things on the internet I wanted to discuss, man. Our great brother Derek Grace said, he had like a little video where he said, women should know. It's so. I'm gonna make sure I say it right because you looked at it too, right, John? Jerry Day. He said,
yeah, I'm Josh, by the way.
Men, it's okay for men to look at women and say, I think you would be a great baby mother, or I think you would be a great parent to my kids. Now, that's one of the first things he said in that video. Now, in the back of the video, he said, you know, you should discuss this. And I agree with the back part, but that part right there, no, that was some of the dumbest shit he said to me, in my opinion. And Derek Grace is a very smart dude. Don't get me fucked up at all. Derek Grace is a very, very smart dude.
What was the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. Say the whole thing. I wish you could put a clip.
Yeah, I wish I could have put the clip in there too.
So you could use whatchamajig. What the fuck is it? Where you could use a person's clip as long as you're doing commentary.
Fair use.
Fair use. That's exactly.
Okay, so yeah, he said that like, you know, men see some women as just being a baby mother or being a great mother, just to come together and make kids and be a great mother to their kids or whatever, but they don't want no relationship in them. And then he goes on to say in the rest of the video, like, you know, but you gotta, you know, talk about this, you know, it's okay for dudes to do this and all, this, that, and the third. And a lot of people was like, you know, we understand it, but I'm like, no, you don't. That's how we got so many fucked up kids in the world now, because they're not in a 2-parent household. Just because you around here having babies by just random women because they're fine, or because they look good, or because you think she tall, I can get me a basketball player. I'm kind of tall, she tall, we'll make a tall basketball player.
I don't even think niggas thinking that far.
But I'm just saying though, because she fine, like, no, that's fucked up how we said that. Like, you don't just look at I'm not gonna look at a woman walking down the street and think, oh, she's gonna make me a good mother for my kids. No, I'm looking at her, she's gonna be a great wife. She's gonna be a great partner. All that shit that come with that. Like, she's gonna be good at the get along, and we're gonna have fun together. Can we go do this? Can she come and be with me on my arm, and we can have a great ass time, even though everybody else is not having a great time? You feel me? But I just want to get y'all, because I know y'all watch the video. I want to get y'all perspective of that. Look at the y'all went first. No, Spaces go first. Spaces gonna go first.
I don't think a man should be having children with a woman unless he's married to her.
I'll get you on that. That's fair use.
Because, just like you said, it's just simple. Like, if you have a child with someone, then you want them to have the most stable life possible.
Yeah, you want both parents in the household, yeah.
Both parents in the household. Like, a family isn't really solidified until marriage is in the picture, right? So this if a man goes around just having kids with women and he's not married to them, that just sounds to me like he's creating broken households. He's creating broken and incomplete families. So, you all right?
Oh, yeah, because I got something else. Because it's piggybacking off this right here. But exactly what you just said. It's off another podcast, and I knew it was going to go good with that.
What's wrong?
No, he started smiling.
Yeah.
I was like,
but yeah, I think if you're going to create something, then you need to be able to ensure that you're going to be there. And I'm also thinking at it from a perspective of me. I wouldn't want my kids to be in a position where they can be raised by another man, right? So I say by that I mean, if I'm going to have a child with a woman, I want to do the best I can to make sure that my child isn't going to be raised in another household, and by making sure that doesn't happen, I'm going to marry the woman that I impregnate. So if a dude is going around here having kids and he's not married, then he's creating a problem furthering a problem that already exists.
You pretty much spoke for me then.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. As far as the wrap up out here, shit. I know motherfuckers got like urges and shit, you know. Maybe they actually like the woman that they with, and maybe, like you say, she might be cool as for right now, but not as a wife. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, a lot of brothers especially, don't look at it that far. Like my man Jay said, niggas ain't thinking that far. You know what I'm saying? Like it really be motherfuckers that just will see a woman walking down the street, pull over real quick. You know what I'm saying? And try to nail that day. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's all about like, well, damn, that's on both ends though. Because if you let a motherfucker hit or just pull it up on you like that, what does that say about you?
And is that the kind of woman that you would want to impregnate?
That's why I say nigga. When I say niggas, I don't just mean like, you know, Negro men. I'm talking about both sides. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because you gotta be smart enough to, you know, evaluate the woman that you about to, you know, physically go inside of and probably impregnate her, and she gotta do the other thing. You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers ain't really thinking that far, but we should.
But that goes to show you that, like, because we say Dad Grace is, you know, smart.
He's a very smart dude.
Smart, but see, because you smart in one thing don't mean you smart or have common. Because that, to me, that was dumb as hell.
That's what I said too.
Like that's the dumbest. Well, some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
And then I try to look at it like, too, I'm like, I know he ain't just say what I thought he said, because I'm trying to get him, because I listen to a lot of his shit.
Fuck with him.
I fuck with him heavy,
Yeah.
so I try to go back and I listen. I'm like, no, he just. I listen again, and I'm like, yeah, he did, man. That was some dumb shit, man. That was some weird. And then there was people in the comments saying, oh, I agree where he come from. And then one person was like, no, the fuck you don't. Stop that dumb shit. And then she just completely went off like, no, that's why we got broken homes. That's why the black family is so fucked up now as it is, because we sitting around here just having babies with just babies. And I'm not sitting up here saying, you know, some women get duped. Like, we can't sit up here. I'm not going to sit up here and put a frame on all. I can't say all of everybody. But now it is some that's pulling up, like you said, let a nigga hit raw because he pulled up in a decent car or he pulled up in a Phantom. You let him hit you raw and then he get you pregnant. And you knew he wasn't shit. You knew he wasn't going to be no good dad, no good nothing. But you still let him do what he did.
These niggas ain't even pulling up in no Phantoms, bro.
No, I'm just throwing shit out.
These niggas is walking to the
They putting up
crib,
the charges and shit.
they walking,
Yeah,
knocking
like
up
blue
on,
charges.
they ain't got no blue charges.
She trying to say, Joe.
I'm just saying.
These niggas ain't got nothing.
But they is, yeah.
So in my mind, if these niggas ain't got nothing, and then he's like, this nigga ain't in the mentality to be like, she's gonna make a great mother. I'm gonna pop her off. That's how it basically sounds.
Yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
I'm gonna pop her off and then I'm gonna leave her with the baby.
Yeah.
That's some of the dumbest shit ever. Like
that's one thing I could never see myself as, like having like multiple. And I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking, because I got people in my family. I'm not knocking nobody who it happened to or who's going through that now. I'm talking about me personally. I did not see myself, if I have a kid by a woman or whatever like that, I'm gonna have to like try to make this shit work the best way as possible, and I'm gonna try my hardest, because I wanted to be in the same household with my family. I didn't want to be I'm over here with my other chick and he over there with this, and we got 2 different rules. We cannot raise the kids together and all this stuff. And you get what I'm saying? Because like when you have babies like that, the daddy might have a set of rules that the mama don't have. Or let's say the mama is in there with another dude. The dude might got a different set of rules that's raising your kid, and you out here trying to raise your kid from outside the house and doing that vice versa. Because she's going to get another dude.
Yep.
And what can you say? Because you're not in that household. That's that man's household. He's paying those bills there.
Yep.
So you can't really say anything.
Because chances are she's going to have custody of the child.
Thank you.
Primary custody at the very least.
Yeah.
So question about this. I've actually wanted to ask, what do y'all think about Nick Cannon having so many, I don't know how many years.
Exactly. Reckless. Straight up and down. I don't give no fuck what he talking about. He talking about he finna die type situation.
Yeah.
That's some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm with him on that.
All right.
I'm with you all the way on that. I don't give a fuck if you rich. I don't give a fuck if you filthy rich. Like we was talking about, we said this on one podcast. Just because you can afford some kids don't mean you can have all the kids.
Yeah.
So you can have all the money in the world and you study sleeping with all these women, study getting these kids, and then you talking about, I can afford them. No, that's not the point. A lot of people can afford kids, but should they have kids?
Just dropping the motherfucker a bag because you had a kid.
Thank you. No.
That's not
We
raising
need
the
families. What's what we need? We need family. We need honest families. We don't need you to just be, we need to repopulate. I want to repopulate the goddamn black population.
I don't know.
A lot of it.
He strikes me as off anyway. He's on Nick Cannon. He strikes me as off. All that, all that turban wearing that nigga was doing and all that.
Bro, I can name about 6 or 7 of them that on podcasts that got multiple baby mamas and then got wives and shit now that they had another kid with. You already got like 3 or 4 baby mamas with it. And I put that, like, even though we say it's the dudes, but I give a lot of respect too to a lot of this stuff to these women too. Because you can't sit up here and tell me you see dude with 2, 3 baby mamas and you say you're going to be the 4th and you thinking that's cool and nobody not going to look at you and judge you.
Well, that's because they already got kids anyway. They seeing dude, he got 2 and 3 and 4 and 10 baby mamas, and she motherfucker got 2 and 3 and 10 baby daddies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they like,
but yeah, it's just, and I understand, you might have thought you was really in love. In some cases,
these hoes ain't in love.
Motherfucker thought they was really in love. That's Jay every day.
Love,
I'm talking about for me. I understand if you kind of thought you were really in love with a dude.
How many times you gonna be in love?
And sometimes, okay.
But see,
go ahead. I got another question. I'm coming right behind.
They don't really. I got a few more things to say, but
go ahead. You go ahead. I'm gonna go on through. I'll go through.
You just fertile. That's all. Like, motherfucker,
so I'm thinking about that. Well, as far as Nick Cannon in particular, the only issue that I have is that the women that he's impregnating are not his wives, right? So if he was in whatever religion,
they wilding out real. No, I don't think they wilding. But ain't regular dudes on the street not popping off their wives too though?
Hence the fact that so there's so many single mothers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think so. Nick Cannon let's say Nick Cannon gets a woman pregnant, right? Yeah. So now the 2 of them are connected forever because she had his baby, but he didn't marry her. So what if what about when she gets to a point where she might not want to be with Nick Cannon anymore? Now she has this baby with Nick Cannon, but this new dude that she's interested in may have to deal with, being stepfather to her kids. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
A man like me, or my mind frame, I wouldn't even look at her because you just had a baby with a dude just to say I had a baby. You wasn't even in a relationship with him. What type of mind frame do you have to be just to have a baby by someone that you're not in a relationship with, but just because he said he wants to have a kid by you? What type of mind frame do you have to be in? Like, really think about that.
By the way he describes it, they don't speak much that I've heard, but he said they have relationships. They have connections.
It was this girl.
Nigga, he had 2 women pregnant at the same time, I think, bro.
I was kind of just joking, but I was like, I think I was like 18. I mean, we was just cool. Like, I ain't never did nothing with it. But I asked her would she have my baby, and she was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what she said. Like,
oh, yeah, they go.
No hesitation. I was just joking. We ain't never did nothing.
Yeah.
It was just like, you have my baby? She was like, yeah, with a straight face, no laughing. Like, damn.
But, yeah. So,
Lord have mercy.
I got all my kids by one woman. My wife, but I don't even plan all that, man. Muslims ain't finna be all over the place.
This the last thing I have to say is what I think is the drawback to what he's doing is he's decreasing their value to other men. Because just like you said, you wouldn't even look at a woman.
I don't give a fuck how fine she is, bro. She could be fine as fuck. I don't care. I would not be in a relationship with you if you just had a baby by a dude who wasn't in a relationship. You just let him smash and get you pregnant. What type of, like, y'all don't really think about that. Like, as a woman, and I don't know how women think or nothing like that because I'm not a woman, but just as a common sense human being, you had a baby by somebody who just let smash and had a baby. And then you want another man to come in.
What if it happened once?
Huh?
What if it happened once?
Once, man, it shouldn't happen no times, period.
But y'all cool with 10 bodies on the bride?
They ain't got 10 babies, though.
It don't matter.
They don't got 10 babies, though. That's different to me.
You let 10 niggas smash.
But they ain't got 10 babies.
Hey, you know, I thought, hey.
They ain't got 10 babies. They ain't got 10 babies every day.
But damn, 10 niggas, bro. I'm gonna say that shit every time.
10 niggas.
That's a lot, bro.
10 niggas.
Y'all did.
One nigga and a baby, 10 niggas done smash.
So which one you gonna take?
I still hit the
You gotta take one. You cannot sit up here and say you're not gonna take none. You have to take one. No.
So you say
you can.
which one would you
Which one you gonna take? You gonna take 10 bodies? Or she just had a baby?
You know what?
Who I'm gonna take? I'm gonna take them both. How about that? I'm gonna take them both. I'm not wifing neither because you didn't ask that.
That's what I'm saying. I said, take. I said take.
Yeah, I hit them both.
Okay.
I ain't wifing none
You
of
mean
them.
like
I'm body number 11, 12, or 13.
so you said which one would you rather wife? The lady with the child?
10 bodies or the motherfucking.
No, you said take. You didn't say
So
one.
yeah, take. But we know what I meant.
Hit both of them.
All right.
What's wrong with?
You can hit. What you gonna take? You gonna do both too like them? You gonna be greedy like them?
Nah, it's greedy.
Right now we
Nah, it's greedy. Hold on. She had 10 bodies. She ain't greedy. Ain't nobody saying that. You see how they hold the man to this standard? Like,
that's crazy.
no,
You know,
take the high road.
men are expected. You know, men control access to the bonding of family, the unity of families, and Nick Cannon isn't doing that. He's having children with women based off of connection, not off of I want us to be a family.
He an industry nigga, so he weird.
But then I also think about shout out to Poor Man's Podcast. He pointed out that Future, right? Mm-hmm. Future, I don't know how many, like 9 baby mamas or something like that, and 10 kids.
And then you know what they'll tell us? Because we talking about this, because they kind of making us look bad that we're clout chasing. When you sitting up here being like the typical, like sitting up here having all these kids by these different women, it's like, no, but I'm saying that's what they will say. I'm saying when we do blow up, they will say that they were clout chasing because they was mentioning this name and they was mentioning that name.
Nigga, y'all doing it.
That's what I'm saying. I understand that, but I'm saying that's what people will say.
Right. Use your ass as an example, nigga.
Well,
strap up.
Right? I mean, okay, they can say we clout chasing, but if they didn't do it, we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
No, I'm just saying.
We'd be talking about other niggas in the street that's doing it.
Right.
There's plenty of examples. Right. You guys are just the entertainment examples that everybody can.
Right. You're a common name to everybody.
You're a common name everybody
It's a Future on 5th Avenue.
Yeah.
You got 10 kids too. Shit.
I drove past Dirty Dick Rodney come here.
Dirty Dick Rodney outside.
So
he at the gas station right here.
Selling loose square.
No, I was saying, Future, for example, he has 9 baby mamas and 10 kids. He said you got 1 sexually irresponsible man, but 10 sexually irresponsible women.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So think of it that way.
Because I look at it like this though. The first baby mama, okay, cool. It's okay. I get it. Second baby mama, all right now. All right. Third, bitches, you stupid. You didn't see him have 2 kids from 2 different women already, but now you want to be the third. Now the 4th, 5th, and 6th, bitches, y'all hoes need to be euthanized. What they call it? Euthanized. You bitches need to be euthanized.
Need to be spaded.
Yeah, for real. How could you go have a baby by him though? Like, be realistic. Like, you like baby mama number 9 or 10. How could you have a baby by him? Just cause off his name?
That's a good question.
I mean, as far as like, I don't know,
future.
right?
But no, fuck the future.
No.
He's having the future.
No, motherfuckers be like, you gotta admit, motherfuckers be cutting them bags though. You feel me? That's what he's talking about.
But that's when it comes to things like, Oh, so you just for sale, like, you have a price then?
Yeah,
Everybody has a price.
Everybody
got
doing
a price.
OnlyFans.
No, nigga, everybody don't have
They
a price
price
for
is
everything.
$5.99 for 3
Some
months.
things just not a price for it. What you say?
They price $5.99 for 3
They
months.
doing OnlyFans. I mean, you come up on the bag like a entertainer. That's a bag.
But bro, just to have a kid, like, come on, some things is just not
What Future
meant to
said
be
in the song?
for the price.
You say y'all
I'm
call
not
me a deadbeat, but I
condoning
buy-
it. What I'm saying is they doing this shit for cheaper,
Yeah,
They're doing it for free.
for free.
yeah.
Bitches fucking for burgers. You know what I'm saying?
Double burger with cheese.
Yeah.
They be having sales and shit.
She didn't even ask for a double
Yeah,
cheese,
with
but
the
you said a
coupons.
double burger with cheese.
But no, that's that's funny. That's what I was thinking with the Nick Cannon situation. It's like they're not looking at him. Well, I don't know. This is one of the things that I think was going through their mind when dealing with him. They're not, one of the things I think about is that he got money.
Mm-hmm.
He like there's no chance of them ever going broke because now they have his child.
But my thing is, okay, so check this out. Some of these women that, you know what I'm saying, some of them do be not necessarily struggling.
No, they struggling.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a struggle industry.
Okay, yeah. Let's say they struggling. But if Nick Cannon do go out and have 10 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Future Nick Cannon, whoever the fuck. And if they actually do take care of their children, what can you say about them? You know what I'm saying?
You could say a lot because that's a broken household. Now their sons and their daughters going to think
Right.
that that's how family structure is supposed to be. I'm supposed to have kids by different people, and I still supposed to know a family is everybody in one household together.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody separated out with different. No, it's not supposed to be like that.
You want some money?
No, because I'm just thinking, bro.
Like that's your answer. That what you was gonna say?
Y'all gotta watch Game of Thrones, bro. I'm
Oh,
so
they do
serious.
that. I didn't even know they did that in Game of Thrones.
I'm so.
Oh, that's what Game of Thrones about?
What we talking about right now, bro? Watch Game of Thrones. You ever watch Game of Thrones, Will? You watch so.
He finna pop out his button.
Robert
Bratton.
Bratton.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when they had kids outside they main household, they gave them the last name of the land. Like, you didn't get the last name.
Yeah.
So it'd be J. You know what I'm saying? They don't fuck you. It was outside the family.
Right,
It's nothing.
like if you were in the winter area and you didn't know your father, your last name was Snow. Even if
Oh, like Jon Snow.
like Jon Snow,
Yeah, okay.
even though you might be you might be the blood son of a king, if he didn't have you within your household, you might as well be a street rat. I'm telling y'all, watch Game of Thrones, bro.
So
But that's
It's
how
so
it was.
good.
That was how it was back in the day anyway.
I'm saying the show is fantastic.
I
bro.
get you.
I'm watching it a third time.
Damn,
Man,
So
yeah,
we were going to this direction, right? And I heard this other question on the Big Facts podcast, and they go exactly what we were just talking about. We was talking about family structure. Is the same thing as a girl growing up without her daddy, as the same as a boy growing up without his mother? Is that like in the same boat or the same rim? Is that like the same thing?
Wait, repeat the question. You said a girl without her father?
A girl without her father is the same thing. It's like say she can have like say her father did her dirty and was not there and just like didn't love her. But then say the same thing happened about a boy mother. She was on drugs. Say both parents were the boy and the girl, father, whatever, was on drugs and spread out on drugs on the streets, and they wasn't with their kids. Will that have the same effect on the boy that it will have the same effect on the girl?
I say it'll have effects, but not the same.
You don't think it's the same?
Not the exact same. Because let's say, okay, you saying the woman will grow up without her father, right?
Yeah.
So apparently, it depends on how good the mother is, but at least she'll know how to be a woman. You know what I'm saying?
But if the dude or the daddy wasn't there, how she know how she should be getting treated?
Right. That's why I say it's not that. It's just you replacing one problem with another. That's all.
Okay then, but now we're gonna go to the boy because you said
Right.
it wasn't
You
the
said
same.
without his father,
So now
right?
no, the boy without his mother. So
Right.
because the boy, your mother loves you unconditionally no matter what. You can do some fucked up shit, your mama still be loving you no matter what.
That's cap though.
Yeah.
But we don't just say that,
No, we can't just say that.
right? Because the mother ain't gonna love her son.
No, we can't.
It's mothers that don't love their son. That's facts. That's facts.
Okay, you're right. But mother put up with like, we're just gonna say.
You saying that motherly love?
Yeah, the motherly love.
He missing the motherly.
Yeah, the motherly love. Like his mother wasn't there, whatever, like that. So he don't really know how a woman should be. So now he's taking out like all his frustrations out on his girl and shit. like not loving her, not being there, not being committed, and all
Well,
that
that's-
stuff.
Them niggas
that's-
do that, and they got mothers at the crib.
So I say
They
this.
doing that
Check
now,
this out, check this
and
out.
the mothers is at the crib.
But
That shows you mothers don't love their sons. They literally got a mother at the crib, and they doing the same thing to the women.
I say if a man is treating a woman badly, that's on the father. Because a father's supposed to show you how you're supposed to treat a woman in the first place. Now the mother. If your mother, come on now, think about it. Most men who grew up in the house with just their mothers be the abusive motherfuckers, because these motherfuckers be sitting up here and let these little niggas do whatever the fuck they want to do.
But when you don't have your mother in the household, you be so damaged, so distraught.
Well,
You take
depends
that
on-
shit out on everybody else too, though.
Well, it depends on how your father
it's
raised you.
less
'Cause
like
I
you-
grew up without my mother. My father raised me. You know what I'm saying, for the most part.
Yeah,
So I grew up around mostly men in my family. It was my
it's a
father, my
substance heavy
uncles.
rule. It's
You
a
know,
substance heavy rule, brother.
I understand that.
How many? I mean, in general, there's more people without their fathers than it is without their mothers.
It
So
is.
we can actually see the you know what I'm saying, the detriment of what's going on for people. I mean, all these little niggas that's running around in the street killing people. These is niggas without fathers.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, don't it have some of the same effects without a son, without a mother?
I would say
It's a detriment.
I would say
think
this.
it's a detriment without having your mother. Yes, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think
It's like some of the
but
same
if
things.
you had a
Like,
father, I
almost.
guarantee you, if you had a father that was there, not to say your father could replace your mother, just like your mother can't replace your father.
Yeah.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
that's my whole point.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
no,
trying to get
it's
at.
a balance.
Yes.
You're supposed to have both. That's why you have parents.
That's why
you
you
see what
gotta
I'm
get
saying.
married.
But I think the structure of a father would make sure, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that it won't be as damaging to you as if you know what I'm saying. You're on the flip side is if it was just your mother and you were without your
Man, this
father.
the KNoWKi
'Cause your-
podcast. Say it.
Because
Say it. Or I'm gonna say it.
Oh, the mothers ain't shit.
no, because I'm not because I don't want
That's
to
what
say
I'm
it like
saying.
that right now. But the mothers,
Not
see,
that.
when you without your father, what you're gonna notice is your mother's gonna have men in and out. You know what I'm saying? If she's that type of woman, which a lot of them are, they're gonna have men in and out the crib.
We have a lot of uncles.
A lot of uncles that's never at the picnics. You know what I'm saying?
We have a lot of uncles.
Right? You're gonna see a lot of shit just going in and out the crib. Your father.
He gotta hide that.
Right, he's gonna hide that.
Yeah, he
Especially
gonna
you got
be like-
daughters.
Yeah, he gonna lie
you
like
know
that.
what I'm saying? Say
Yeah,
all
you can't
that.
come through that. Yeah, you
Right?
can't come through it like that.
You know, just certain shit. Mothers mothers, they have their own specific things of what they do. They are supposed to be nurturers.
Yeah.
The father is the structure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think if you're without your mother, you're gonna be a little bit more cold hearted. You know what I'm saying? I think a little bit more colder about certain things.
You won't be as in tune with your emotions.
Yeah, as in tune with your emotions. But that being said, you won't be over emotional if you know what I'm saying. Just like if you were with just your mother, you'd be an over emotional being. You know what I mean? And including there's exceptions to all the rules, but
He pretty much said everything I had to say about it. Because the difference between the two is, I think, what was it? A daughter without the father
Yeah.
versus a son without the mother.
Yeah.
No, I think those are two. The result. You're thinking of this as like when they grow up, how they'll behave in the world, basically, right?
I'm just saying it can have a lot of similarities to the effect of how your mother not being there as a boy will affect you. Some of the similar ways of a girl without a father would affect some of the same ways of not like that love and all that stuff. And they had a lot of good valid points, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of is the same.
I don't think it's the same because I think
I grew up without my father. I don't know how it is without my mother, but I grew up without my father. But my stepdad was there too, because I know if I would have just grew up with my mother, I know I probably would have took a lot of her ways. But my stepdad was there to intervene, so you know what I'm saying. I took a lot of his ways. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
But I always wish that my father, you know what I'm saying, was there to go to certain games. You know what I'm saying, teach me how to do X, Y, and Z. That wasn't my stepdad's responsibility. He did what he could, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm always appreciative. But, I could tell if it was just my mother, I probably would have ran amok. You know what I mean? And I could just see that throughout individuals in my own family. When it's just the mother, not saying they ain't doing the best that they can do, but most of the time, these kids are running amok. Like, you can't tell, like, okay, my son, when I'm at work, my son's telling maybe my wife or, you know, his grandmother, like, what he ain't gonna do. But when I get on the phone, when they call me up or make that threat, now he's straightened up. You see what I'm saying?
But I ain't say that, Dad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dad, I ain't say that, Dad.
Yeah.
I don't know what I ain't say that, Daddy.
Yeah. So it goes to show you, you know,
You gotta
the
have
structure
that,
of the father.
right? You gotta have that positive same sex influence somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like it's worse to have like the opposite sex raise you than the same sex actually raise you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll say it like I'd rather have my son. I'd rather raise my son than his mother raised him.
That's true.
I'd rather have.
And
I ain't gonna lie.
my
I'll
daughter-
be there for my daughter,
Yeah,
but I
and
would
but-
be more
but-
comfortable
well,
if her mother showed her how to be a woman. You feel me?
But it also depends on what type of woman you have raising her, because you got
But-
some women.
but you can say the same
Bitch,
thing
get
for the
over here and
father.
do this.
But that's-
Bitch, do this. Bitch, do that.
Is that precious?
No, I'm just saying though. Study, how you do this? I'm gonna whoop your ass, hold this, and I'm like,
You fucking my man? So they really be into it with their daughters, because you know a lot of times these mothers be jealous.
So
of
their daughters,
man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe this is a statistic. Generally speaking, for the few children or for the few men that do retain custody of their children, this man is now a single father, and generally speaking, the results of their behavior, of their educational standards, of them being active, those children get better results when they're with their father than with their mother.
mm-hmm.
I'm 90% sure that that's a statistic that can be looked up. Generally speaking, a man is a disciplinarian.
I can agree with that.
Generally speaking, a man is a disciplinarian, and the mother is typically more lenient. So that's really why people shouldn't be having kids. People should both have kids within the confines of marriage. But when people don't, you see how broken what was it? Play games with sex. The joke is on the offspring.
Yeah, that's Dr. Francis Chris Wilson.
Yeah, so I think if you take a study, take 50 kids where they're raised with their father and 50 kids where they're raised with their mother, guarantee you the fathers will produce better resuls.
Are you saying that because you're a male man? Are you saying that?
I'm saying it from the aspect
bias
of just when I see men with their kids, period. I know how I would be if that was me. I would definitely be a disciplinarian, right? And guess what? My father was a disciplinarian. You know what I'm saying? So, and all the on my dad's side, all the men were the disciplinarian. Literally, like if you get in trouble, all the men gonna come in on you. You know what I'm saying? So, and then all the women, once you're I'm stuttering right now. You're going through something like emotional. That's where the women were.
They're supposed to call them.
Women teach emotional intelligence, and men teach disciplinary aspects. Logic, and emotion.
I'm gonna get on your ass so these streets won't have to. But we say all that to say, motherfuckers need both of their parents, really.
Yes.
Basically, the whole thing is like, you need the yin and the yang. You need your father to be there to put his motherfucking foot in your ass. And you need your mother to be like, it's okay, it's gonna heal.
I totally agree. But in this society, it's less likely that you have your father, it's just, you have people that have lost their mother and so on and so forth. But in this society, it's less likely you have your father.
I got a saying for y'all. I heard kids should grow up in a house. The mother is the walls. The father is the roof. You can't do well without either one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look out the window, look at the world, but shit, all the elements are on top of you. You have a roof protecting you from the elements, but what's protecting you from anything coming in to get you? Take the woman as the walls, the man as the roof.
That's a good saying. Right?
I like that.
That's a good one.
I like that.
That's a good one.
Original. Go ahead.
That's the real original.
You got another one?
Because he got me thinking. I was listening to his goddamn podcast, and I want to jump in that conversation so bad.
His?
Yeah, this
Oh, you listening to his?
Yeah, the last one. Because you want me to tell you how I was listening to it? He had a woman on that one. It was him and his buddy. He had a woman, and they were talking about how somebody say about a man making more money than a female or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And she was saying like, cause it's like there's something wrong with them. It was just I wanted to finish. I didn't get to really listen to it because I listened to it as I was coming to the house. But I'm like, damn, that's a good ass conversation. I wanted to get part of that shit because I had a couple questions for her, like how she was talking to whatever.
Remember exactly what it was with?
I'm a few episodes behind.
Yeah. No, it was really good. It was a nice conversation to me. Yeah. Will Hill show. It was real good conversation. It was his homie, him and his homie, and another young lady.
Okay, speaking of Will Hill podcast, I got a question. Well, this is more so for Dave. Well, no, because you grew up, you played Pokemon, right?
No.
Back in the days?
With the cards?
No, the game.
You had a Pokemon
on the phone?
You on camera?
On the Nintendo. On the Game Boy.
No, I ain't played Pokemon.
Yeah, you got it.
No?
I don't know how long you've been right there.
Damn, bro.
You played Pokemon when it was back in the day in the Game Boy? Pokemon?
Game Boy. Paper Boy.
What's the question, my boy?
When you're choosing a starter, which one do you choose?
Fire type.
Oh.
I ain't no bitch. Good, next question.
I stole it from his podcast. That was a conversation I wanted to be a part of.
I don't know nothing about it. I wouldn't want to be with that. Okay, let's go ahead and end it on this though.
Charizard, eat your ass up. Don't do that.
We're gonna go ahead and end it on this, right? Because we want to get our audience members to learn a little bit. Because most of our audience members are from the job. It's more people that we know and all that stuff. So we're gonna figure out how. Kind of like, it's not figuring out how well each other know each other, but it's like, what if somebody asks you a question about one of our fellow cast members, how would you kind of describe them? Like, how would you say their morals is, their judgment, how it is being around them, like, just what you like about them and what you don't. I ain't gonna say, probably, I don't know, just what
stands out?
Yeah, what stands out to them and what, like, drawn you to them. And we're gonna start from the end and we're gonna work our way back down. Right. So we're gonna start on Jay every day.
Oh, what they think about me?
No, we're gonna start. Okay, if somebody come to ask me like, bro, what your podcast dudes, what they about? Like, what's their morals? Like, what?
I'll start with Maul, right? Because we're around each other all.
Hell yeah, me and Josh done turned into some. We the very best friends that you can ever just have.
All right. So Maul to me is always, and I've told him before, he's always mindful and respectful of people. Like, that's one thing, like we talk about this, like he speak to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just that type of person, right? So he's always mindful. He has a big proponent of respect. He knows it, whatever he knows, he's gonna try to put you up on game about it. Intelligent, you know what I'm saying? What else? Clean. I think Maul is clean. You know what I'm saying? Just try to make sure shit is together as far as that. And I'm sure there's a host of other things, I'm probably missing. But, respect is the big one, you know what I'm saying? Just having respect for people and, people showing that same energy towards him. So that's a big one. I
appreciate that one.
Absolutely.
Now, Spaces? You gotta do all three.
I gotta do everybody?
Yeah, you going down the line.
Man, all right.
Yeah, so and then we gonna do all three of us.
I get my short one, like I give a sentence or so. But
I mean, no. You gotta say something about Spaces. Then you go back down to him. I said about all three of us.
Oh, okay, my bad. I wasn't listening, so you can say that about me. All right, but okay, so Spaces, I would say smart. You know what I mean? Just off top of the dome. You know what I'm saying? He shows you himself. He takes things very literal.
Yeah, very
literal. You know what I mean? If you say X, Y, and Z, you better mean X, Y, and Z. Otherwise, he's going to come with the dictionary and say, this is exactly what it means. You know what I mean? So, that's Spaces, you know what I mean? But I think he's in his own brain a lot. Am I you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he's in his own brain. He thinks a lot about certain things. You probably hear that everywhere. He got a lot on his plate, what he's trying to do and trying to accomplish. Soundman Dave. Soundman Dave is young. You see what I'm saying?
That's the same thing I was going to say too.
That's the first and foremost. And he'll let you know he's young. And he'll let you know you old.
In a heartbeat.
Right. So he's young and we old, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not you, because y'all in the same, right? Because y'all play Pokemon together.
He middle old. He middle old.
Right.
He young old.
Play Pokemon now.
But I would say the thing about Soundman Dave, he has even though he's young, he has an old spirit about himself. You see what I'm saying? Like he say things on the podcast, and I think like, damn, that's pretty mature for his age. They're very, I would say, thought provoking as well. You know what I mean? He like when you look at him with the dreads and shit, you be like, damn.
Hey, young nigga.
This little young nigga might not know nothing. Then he start talking. I be like, hey, boy, this motherfucker, he got some shit, boy. You know what I'm saying? So that's Soundman Dave, man. That's my perspective on these three guys.
All right, Soundman Dave, you go.
All right, I'm gonna start off with Josh.
J every day.
You know what I'm saying? That's very, very knowledgeable on things that you wouldn't expect. For real. Like you say, I say that about both of them, Maul and them. Clean. Well, when it comes to J every day, if you like luxury, that's the man to go to.
I got this $300,000, $30 watch.
Great sense of humor. Everybody on the podcast respectful as hell, man. Especially me coming in. Like you say, I'm young, but even before they see me before I had the dreads for a little bit, I look younger, and I expected them to treat me like most people do in society. As a young dude, but they might joke on the podcast, but out of that they respect me like a grown man. You know what I'm saying?
You are a grown man.
I know. But I'm talking about when I first met y'all.
Right.
Okay.
Like when I first met, I was 21. Niggas be like, you still a kid. Yeah. I didn't get that from them. It was very respectful. J every day, very intelligent, and man, intelligent, respectful, and a good example, man. A lot of stuff. Well, that's for everybody on here. Like I said, I take everything from everybody. With Jay and Mal, family men. I respect that a lot about them.
Yeah,
that's the first thing that.
Even
that's the first thing that popped up. Yeah. But y'all actually got family. You know what I'm saying? Head of household type shit. Yeah. And looking at that great examples. My man Spaces, very knowledgeable. Like you say, literal as fuck. Try to keep it brief.
Okay.
Very smart, very enjoyable person to be around too, man. And very, like I said, I'm gonna say respectful about each and every one of them, because that's what comes first. And like even as amongst men, if you find a man that don't respect you for the person you is, he ain't really a good person to be around at all.
Mm-hmm. See, nigga. You see? You got some quarters or gems or some shit to make
some diamonds on there. Dropping jewels.
Dropping jewels, man.
Yeah, very, very relatable, because, like I say, they old. Nah. But yeah, Mal, hardworking, dedicated for sure. Family man, fresh, clean, respectable, and enjoyable person. I love being around these fellas, man. For real.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Gotta keep it brief.
So with me, I'll keep mine brief because I short description with everybody. Starting with far left J every day. I think of him as a local philosopher, to be honest, straight up, because there's been some things, at least 3 things that come to mind right now where he was talking to me about, and he pointed out some inconsistencies with some stuff, and it was mind blowing. I'm like, oh, okay, I like talking to this dude. You know what I'm saying? It's always great conversation with
Dave.
Dave.
What are you talking about, these hoes?
No, not everybody know that.
Oh.
But with Dave, young energy, like youthful energy, like Mike Guy from Naruto, just full of energy all the time. And then the thing I like best about Dave is that he's like a sponge to knowledge.
Facts.
Like if he got a question about something, I think Maul said this last week. He's gonna keep asking questions and gonna keep making sure that he gets a full understanding of whatever it is that's being told at the time, right? With Maul, Maul ride for his people. If Maul cares about you, he goes hard for his people. So
10 toes down.
Hey man, I fuck with you. If I don't fuck with you, I do not fuck with you. That's just plain and simple.
He's definitely a fountain of information as well. Like if he knows about something and he thinks what he knows about it can help you get to the next step, he's gonna help you. I'm speaking that from outside and inside of work experience. So that's it.
All right, I'm gonna start with Spaces. Spaces, very, very, very smart dude. people might think he's like, oh, because he speaks like this, he speaks like that. But very smart dude, very cool to be around, very like, how I would say it, like he, how can I put it, like intelligent, and not gonna make you feel like, oh, I'm intelligent and you're dumb, not no sense like that. And he's gonna help if he can. If he finds a way that, oh, I can help this person, even if it's like kind of fucking him up, he's gonna try to help you. He's gonna try to, probably go out his way to help you when it's derailing him and what he's doing. And he's like just a great, like overall, when you say you want like a type of friend, you will want Spaces as your friend. Like down home just want Spaces as your friend.
I'm saying because I didn't know that you knew that.
Knew what?
That I like sometimes when it comes to help other people, I do sabotage myself sometimes.
Why would I know that and we friends, dog?
No, I'm okay. Yeah, I didn't know.
You and friend, like you got something going on, you be infringing on his time on Destiny. Yeah. And he be like, damn, man, I need to finish this mission, but damn.
Did you miss somebody from my clan or something like that? From the clan that you was in, to do it in New York?
Oh, yeah. That's
No, you just overall, like, because I tell people all the time, I fuck with solid people, bro. When you in my circle, you solid. I do not fuck with no flaws, no fakes, nothing like that. And that's one of the things I'm going to say about all of them. Dave, another solid individual, very smart, very mature for his age. And one thing I like about Dave and other people, when you ask him about him, if he don't know, he's going to tell you he do not know. And he's going to ask you questions until he figure it out. He's going to, when he see you again, like, hey, you remember you told me this? I did this part, but how do you finish this part right here? Or what is that? Oh, that's credit? Like, how do you build that up? And people would think, oh, it's a dumb question. No, it's not a dumb question. Because if you didn't have nobody teaching you this and you don't know, you ask questions. And he's very knowledgeable at that. And then, like Jay every day said, bro, he say he's 21, but I swear the man is like 30, 32, 33. Because even though he don't know everything, he's still knowledgeable about it. He speaks well about himself. He dresses well. He carries himself well and all that other stuff, too. And that's the same thing I said about Spaces. We all, like, one thing I'm going to say about each one of them is they carry themselves like they're men. Like, you're not going to come up here and be like, damn, is he like this or he that? He like some hankering or something like that? No, that's a grown man that you're talking to. Both of them. You feel me? And then David, he's just a young dude out the bunch. Like I say, man, very knowledgeable, real cool with you. Now, he might don't answer his phone and he might don't answer text messages and all that shit. But trust and believe, he read what he's going to say, and he's going to say something to you about it the next day, and he's going to be like, oh, I heard you and all that. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I heard what y'all was saying. I was just doing something other. I was playing, my girl booty hole or something like that.
Hey, hold on.
I'm just playing.
Hey, hold on.
I'm just bullshit. I had to throw a joke.
That was a private discussion.
Now, we're going to get to my man, Jay Everyday. Now, everybody always asks me about Jay Everyday. I've been knowing Jay Everyday since I came over to the other station. I started at one station. I came over to the other station. Jay Everyday was like one of the first dudes like I ever like drove with, like actually teach me something about what we do, like kind of train me. And ever since then, we didn't like just straight hit it out the park then, but gradually as the years went along, me and my man have been getting closer and closer and closer. And when I tell you like Jay Everyday is like when you say a grown man, that's my man's right there. Jay Everyday is a grown man. Carry himself in that such a way. And I can go back where people, they're going to be like looking at me crazy when I say this. Y'all didn't know Jay Everyday when he was on them Bing pies and on his Louis Farrakhan type shit. That African type shit, like when he was finna move his family to Africa type shit, like leave the United States type shit. He was on that, like for real, for real. Told me everything you got to know about the...
I'm black, y'all. Yeah. I'm black, y'all. I'm bleeding. That's what motherfuckers was on.
But yeah, like, I knew stuff about Cologne. I knew stuff about this, but he helped heighten my senses on a lot of things that I already knew. He, like, took it, helped me take it to another level. And that's what you should want in a friend. To help you go, like, all of them have helped me go to another level of where I was already a grown man. But then when you start knowing them, you get bits and pieces off their life and you implement it to yours to take you to another level. And it's just like, I've knew Jay Everyday longer than I knew over them. That's why I can speak more on Jay Everyday than I can speak on the other two. Like, my man has become a literally like friend, like generally hardcore like friend. And like, just a solid brother all the way around. What he says, what he say. He don't really give a fuck about shit, like he say. Don't give a fuck about these hoes. Don't give a fuck about your feelings, because I'm going to say what I got to say. If your feelings hurt, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but this is just what it is. It's the facts. I can't help it. It's the facts. And if your feelings hurt, my bad, but this the facts. And fuck your feelings. But that's my manager every day. That's what I got from all three of them.
So real quick, I guess we're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, we about 2 hours, ain't?
Yeah, we've been about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
But okay, so that's what we have to say about each other. So starting with you, Maul, what would you say the outside for people who know you, probably on the other side of the camera?
Yeah.
What would you say they would say about you specifically? Like the good and the bad. If you can give me the good, the bad, you know what I mean? Or something that was said about you, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, I got you. So now, the good would be, like every last one of y'all said, it was all true. They would say the same thing that you guys said. Like, he gonna ride for his people. When he fuck with you, he fuck with you. He don't give a fuck what nobody else said or what nobody else done. When you in his good graces, you in his good graces. But when you're not in his good graces, that's just you. You just over there. But when I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I'm a great friend. Like, if you fuck over my friendship, and people will say this, like, if you get on Maul, because Maul is a great friend. So now if you get on his other side of you, not his friend, you really had to do some fucked up shit. Because I give people chances, even my girl will tell you about that too. Like, I give people chances and I'm patient with people because I know it's life. Like, life fucks shit up. Like, it don't have you sometimes thinking in your right mind. You might not have been thinking about this way. You might not have been thinking of it that way. So if you get on my bad side or you get on the side where I don't fuck with you, nigga, you really did some fucked up shit. Now, people will say also that's the detrimental. I don't give a motherfucker like really a second chance. Yeah. That's like the bad. Like, because once you over there, you over there. Ain't no coming back from that. Like, I would still speak to you and all that shit, but no. But then, and another thing probably people will probably do is I'm like, people think because when I be talking to y'all, I'm loud, this, that, and that. I'm really quiet because I like being by myself. I don't mind going to the movies by myself. I don't mind driving in my car by myself. I don't mind being in the house by myself. I don't mind
throwing fireworks on the porch.
Facts, blowing up other people's cribs next door. I don't mind none of that shit. Like, that I Am Legend movie, that shit would have been perfect for me because I like doing that shit. Yeah. Like, and I'm not saying that I don't like being around my friends and family because I love that too, but I don't mind being by myself as well. That's how you so, yeah, right. So that's what people behind the camera say about me. Spaces?
People would say that I'm very helpful, legitimately helpful. Like I've said before, like if you need me to help you move, I charge food. Hey,
I double up on Spaces food, and I give y'all double because I ain't help you do shit, bro. I'm sorry. For real.
Yeah, I'm very helpful, and I'm a positive energy to be around.
Oh, that's what I should have said. To me, so I am a positive energy. I fuck with. So everything is positive with me.
Yeah. So helpful, and I'm a positive energy.
You know what's the bad? What would people
bad thing?
Yeah, bad thing. What people say like?
You say I'm sunshine. And nothing. I'm a bright light.
People would say that I don't. When I think I don't know.
See.
Because I don't really treat.
That's like, something,
nigga. No, I'm not saying there's nothing. I just can't think of it. Like
you might have one of those positives that's a double-edged sword.
Would it be like when you speaking of something, people think, "Oh, this is what it is," when it's really not you saying that. It's just your opinion and you're strong about it. But people thinking you always right when you say you never right or something like that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
See, I know you better know yourself.
It's dark.
People don't like the fact that a lot of people don't like the fact that I make logic-based decisions and not emotion-based decisions. So that can be a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Damn, that's what I was gonna say about myself.
For real?
Yeah. Man, a lot of things people say, which they say, all three of them. It's like, yeah, I do kind of act old, and a lot of people don't know. In high school,
I kind of act old.
Man, in high school, my coaches they used to call me old man. Because it's like I wouldn't be hanging around like all my friends at practice and shit. Like
you would take some jail talk?
You said what?
Jail talk.
What's that?
Oh, okay. I thought
I ain't
you
that old, nigga. No, it's like the way the way I carry. I take vitamins.
Oh, okay. You take one a day?
Joint vitamins.
Oh yeah, you old.
Play fish oil pill?
No, it's just to prepare myself. My joints don't hurt.
Oh, it's to prepare for you getting old.
Yeah, so another negative about me would be my patience when it comes to people. Like Miles said, I'm kind of like that too. I give your ass one chance, and then that's it. That's it.
No,
it can be a double-edged sword because sometimes I will admit to myself there has been situations in the past like, damn, if we would have at least spoke about it, we could have resolved it better, but because I went about it this way and was so quick to cut somebody off, you know what I'm saying, it probably ruined a relationship or a friendship that could have been solved by a quick little conversation. But because I'm so quick to conclusions about how people react on the first basis, you know, my temper is short. And it's not like me getting angry, it's just like, all right, man, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I got too much to be worried about.
Right, you know, right. It'd be like that, but it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like myself, in certain situations, I look back, probably being like, man, we could have talked about that shit. It's over with now. Keep it moving, shit.
Yeah.
Jay every day.
Yeah. Well,
they go sleep.
Right. I told y'all. I told y'all. It's 6 in the afternoon,
yeah.
bro.
No, bro, we was at work for a minute. I feel it though. I understand. We was at work for a long time.
I would say people would say I can find a joke in a lot of shit because I'm just that type of person. I'm real jovial. You know what I mean? I try to make folks laugh if we can. Sometimes my jokes ain't really like, you know, it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I kind of got that Corey Holcomb. You know what I mean? Shit just, you know what I mean? But it should be funny. You know, so. Sometimes it's not the time to be cracking jokes at funerals and stuff like that, you know. But I do it anyway.
You the nigga understand? He owe me $2, but
yeah, but I wouldn't take a picture. None. That's disrespectful.
Nah.
But I would say some people would say I'm arrogant sometimes, just about my opinion. Because I pretty much stand on, like, if I got this opinion, I'm gonna stand on it until I see something otherwise that, like, okay, now I can, you know, change my mind about it. But you're not finna just tell me anything. Like, somebody come in and telling me the sky is blue. Well, I have to see for myself that the sky is blue. Or something like that. Like, you're just not finna tell me anything. Like, how did you get to that point, you know, as far as, like, okay, somebody told you something, and now you're telling me, like, it's fact. Well, I'm gonna challenge you, so you can go back and go challenge them. And, you know what I'm saying? But you're not finna change my opinion. Yeah. So a lot of times I get called, you know, arrogant, or people think I know it all. I know it all. That's what I was waiting. And it's not, again, it's not for me to say I know it all. For me, it's more so whatever information that I know, I feel like it's for me to help pass it along. You know what I mean? If you use it and it becomes and it's helpful for you, then so be it. But it's not for me to retain. Like, if I'm trying to correct somebody, it's because I know what I'm talking about. It's not for me to try to shit on you or something like that. But I think a lot of times people, you know, kind of get that confused with me. That's about it. I don't know if that was all negative or all positive, but, you know, I don't get no fuck.
No, I'll agree with that, actually. People think I'm a know-it-all. That's a negative to me.
Hey, both of y'all just said, you know that only come by when people, when you know you cross over that threshold, when people start saying you know it all, or you think you know it all and all that stuff, is when you know you're a grown man. Because when you're a grown man, you stand on what you said, because that's what grown men do. So now it's up to you to change my mind. Go show me some evidence so I can change my mind about the thing. Now, my opinion is my opinion. That's just how strong I am. I don't think I know it all. I don't know it all. I'm not perfect. But you only hear that when they say that about a grown man. A grown man. You notice that? So you can take that as a negative or whatever. That's just a grown man.
I also say, I keep it a buck with people. Like, you know, you ask me my opinion about something, my opinion, and how I'm looking at it. Like, I'm not finna sugarcoat it because, like, you my friend or some shit like that. Like, I'll let you know. You know, especially if it's something serious. You know. But shit, even basic down to, you know, how I look today, or, you know, somebody asks you how you look, I'll tell them, like, no, I don't like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not, you know, me to be lying and sugarcoating for people. I know certain things, you know, like, you shouldn't be, you know, how can I put it? Like, you shouldn't, certain things, I don't really know how to put it. But you don't have to be down on people all the time, you know what I'm saying, or trying to shit on people. But I will just keep it I give it to them straight as possible. You know what I mean? Like, I give them as straight as I feel like they can handle it. Like, I'm not going to shit on you, but I'm going to give it to you straight. But, if that's making any sense.
But wouldn't that make, like, okay, we know we keep going. Yeah. But when people do things like that, that's what I consider a friend. Now, a lot of people call themselves friends and just go along to get along, don't really come and conversate you about nothing. Because, man, you talked about something, and then we was at the table, and I was like, bro, you know you're wrong. He was like, no, I wasn't. I'm like, yeah, you was wrong. You shouldn't have said that, though. But go ahead and continue.
Yeah.
You can continue your story.
No, you can. Yeah, I know what we was talking about.
Yeah, it's like you're wrong though. Like,
yeah.
No, bro. That shit.
And the funny part is, everybody I talked to about it said I was wrong. However, me, I wasn't wrong about it. I understood where everybody else was coming from.
Yes.
But my logical way of thinking and the way I handle it, I felt like a motherfucker should have understand. At least it shouldn't have got to the point the way it got.
That's true. So we ain't gonna go all up into that. But that's what makes to me. That's what makes, like when you said what y'all just said, all that stuff. What makes a friend? When a motherfucker is going through some shit or some shit is not benefiting you, is you gonna keep it a bean with a motherfucker, or you gonna just keep going along because I'm paying this or I'm funding this or I'm going along to get along? No, it's when shit is bad. That's why I know y'all heard me say this too. Your true friends come through when the bad times. I don't want to fuck with you. I'm going to fuck with you when it's real and when it's going good. Mm-hmm. That's a given. But I'm just saying, when shit is bad, when shit is at its worst, where are you? Like, where are you? Like, can I call you right now and be like, man, I'm fucked up. I'm on my way. Mm-hmm. I got to be at work. Nigga, I got to go to work. Yeah. But after I get through with work, it's going to be whatever time in the morning. Okay. I'm going to come through and we're going to do whatever we need to do. I got to get home because I got to go to sleep again and go to work and I'll come back up again. Yeah. You feel me? But it's when motherfuckers going through their worstest times where that's your friend. That's when you gonna see if you got a friend. That's what I want to see. Mm-hmm. Nigga, when I'm at my worst, when I'm on my ass out here, nigga, I'm on 4 flats and I need you to probably like go get me a tire or two to come with. Nigga, where you at?
All right. Okay.
Oh, man. Damn, that was a good episode. Try, man.
Well, I'll hit y'all with a light mesh today.
Okay.
Light mesh. So, one thing, I had the iPhone 10, right? Because I'm not the person that has to get this new phone every year, right? So I have the 13 now, but the last iPhone I had.
I'm not the person that has a new phone.
No,
but I got the 13. I just want to let you hoes know in the future if you and my girl don't work out, I got the new iPhone, because I know you hoes love phones.
No, but the last one I had before this one was the 10. Okay. So one thing that Apple did with their new chargers is they basically have what they call a fast charger.
The lightning.
That's the one you lay that phone on?
No.
It's the lightning cable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically it charges your phone somewhere around twice as fast. Mm-hmm. The real mess that I want to give y'all, if you have that new iPhone, don't charge your phone overnight. Mm-hmm. Charge it before you go to sleep and take it off. Otherwise, you will potentially cause your battery to burn your phone. And therefore burn whatever it is that it's laying on. Carpet, floor, you might have it on your bed.
Shit, that sounds dangerous.
I know. He always coming up with some shit in your life.
Fool me talking about
cereal.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
He always coming up with some shit.
If you look on the back of your cereal, it has carbon monoxide.
He got Clorox bleach in it.
And a P65 warning from California.
It had COVID-19.
It was around radiation.
That's what I'm saying.
And Ukraine is finna get bombs dropped on it by Russia. Like, that's how you know about it.
I'm saying. Every time there's some shit that's
that was a real good game, man. Yeah, motherfucker scared out here.
Nah, I'm unplugging my phone. I don't even got to like the phone.
Anytime you were supposed to be like, you shouldn't be drinking Coke, you know what I mean? And it has all this other shit. But then he had like a bag of Doritos.
That's a straight fact. He said, but I only eat it once, though. Right. I only eat it once. I don't eat it all the time. I just eat it once. Oh my God!
Big shouts out to the Will Hill Show, man.
Yes,
go
sir.
check our man's
it's
out.
a fact.
Go check out,
very interesting conversation on that man on Will's Hill
on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to us, you can listen to him.
Matter of fact, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But look, pause us right now. Go to motherfucking what it is, Apple Podcasts. Type in the Will Hill Show. Mm-hmm. Hit the subscribe button. Mm-hmm. You won't even have to worry about all that no more. You feel me? You go up in that corner, hit them 3 dots, go to subscribe. Go down about like 4 or 5 spaces and start with S. Subscribe. Hit that button.
You on YouTube too, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, go to YouTube too. Hit the subscribe button and the bell. Bing.
Yeah.
You get notified.
Yeah, you get notified when they pop up in the new episode.
This podcast is also sponsored by the 1448 Bakery. That's 1448-1448baconco.com. Go place your order and get 15% off of your 50% off of your box of assorted cake cookies. This has been another rendition of the KNoWKi podcast. Wear your crown, Build your legacy, Kings. It's your man, Spaces.
Soundman Dave.
It's Jay every day.
Hey, this your boy Maul. Meeting adjourned.
All right, man.